Double slash.
Oh, slash.
Volcano.
Spear of Destiny.
What the hell?
It's a marsh.
You're not running toward the screen.
I mean, it's not that it doesn't go up when you run up from the screen, it's just a lot slower.
Hey, a tree house. This is what passes for fighting. You should retreat, meaning like you take their side.
No, meaning like you can leave the area temporarily and then come back.
If you do want to do all the fighting.
Yeah, because you have to string every one of those guys that we just saw fighting on screen. I have to fight because whenever I finish with one fight, the next dude loses, and then I have to fight the dude that just took him out, and so on and so forth.
Whip smack!
Whip smack. Sponge.
And now I'm going to keep transforming because I'm pretty sure that you can only earn X or you can only earn SP towards like leveling up your Dragoon when you're not like maxed out or something. I've never actually proved it, but
You suspect.
I suspect yes, because for the longest time, like a couple times in a row when I played this, and like when I was constantly transforming, I seemed to level up a lot faster than when I just played through, even though I should have been going faster when I just played through because I was earning SP every attack. And yet, but with the short transformations, yeah, with the short transformations, it won't actually be that much of an inconvenience.
I was gonna say what I'm waiting for.
Oops.
Doubles.
It still says I earn it, but he had elemental boosting on that one.
Yes.
That's my opposite element, so magic hits me in my opposite element. It sucks.
It also sucks when giant ice spears
Impale
perforate
your thigh, yeah.
You're a
He didn't
perfectly
seem to mind.
perforated pincushion.
That's why you have thigh pads, not just knee pads, darn.
You bastard! There are a lot of illegitimate children in this game.
Look how much I can mow down people's potential fathers, yeah.
You're not a bastard if your father died. You're a bastard if they weren't married. If someone murders your married father, that doesn't make you a bastard.
Maybe none of these guys are married.
Makes you an orphan.
What sound are you trying to look up?
I mean, yes, they could be, you know, all the raping and pillaging creates a lot of illegitimate children. I was like, I didn't hear it long enough.
It's the fight music.
The cover of Dark's theme.
Oh yeah. Da, da, da.
Harpoon cannon fire!
I don't have any notifications or wallpaper, just ringtone.
Jeez, that almost makes me want to go back and play Skies of Arcadia again.
Dude, I would totally watch this.
Maybe if I play it for the internet. Hey, I finished Skies of Arcadia once, but
It was arduous, I'm sure.
it was when I was young and I had a lot more time on my hands.
Slash patience, I'm sure.
Yes, patience is a big one. Michael played through that recently. He can crush RPGs. I don't know how he does it.
I was gonna. With me, it really depends. Like, the problem with me and RPGs is that the ones that are intuitive, I'm fine with. But then there's the ones that like Chrono Cross, where there's shit that there's no way you could ever think that that's where you need to go or what you need to do. And those are the ones that bother me. Those are the ones I have problems with. We'll see if Trigger's that bad. So far, it hasn't been... So far, the only reason I got lost is one, I kept like running and I kept like missing the path that I needed to take. And two, because I went the wrong way. I went to the location I needed to go to later, first. So I ended up like lengthening the game like an hour for no reason. But at least that path is opened up for me. When I have to go back.
When you eventually have to get up there. Yeah, Scouts of Arcadia was pretty, I say
Right in the
good,
cooch.
it was a little annoying, but it was pretty good about walking the places you weren't supposed to go yet.
I was gonna say.
Except the thing, the best part about that game was the ship battles, and they were very rare.
Yes!
And
the worst part about that game was the final, like, 3 hours.
I didn't mind that. I mean, the final boss fight's a pain in the butt, but
That's what I mean.
What final boss fight isn't a pain in the butt?
I mean, Chrono Cross is final. Well, it depends.
My day.
You mean like the final? Because there's like the final boss.
It was mixed bad being annoying again. It's still working, but...
Let's just beat this.
Yeah.
Well, keep it paused.
No, he can fight. I'll just fix it really quick during the fight. Be back, internet.
Whip smack.
Yes! Double lash!
And we're back.
Yeah,
See,
Now we can say the funny things that we just said.
with Cross, there's the boss, the final boss, but then there's the... Like, if you do everything right, the true final boss.
a super secret final boss.
No, it's more like... Oh my god. What the hell? I thought he was like fighting you in the air. I'm like, they can do that?
I think the camera just clipped through the ground.
And well, there's the final boss, but you can only win by doing it in a very specific way. If you don't, it'll just drag on forever, literally.
Kind of like the Wesker fight in 5.
Well, in that, you get the Chrono Cross, which is basically, in order to beat the boss, you have to make sure that you cast each element in exactly the correct order, and if the boss fucks it up, you have to start over in order to use the Chrono Cross. So you have to cast all 7 elements in the correct order to use the Chrono Cross. And if he doesn't cast in the right order, you have to start over and over and over and hope that he
Either doesn't cast,
or does something physical, or casts the right thing. Yes.
That sounds like a pain in the ass.
And actually, I did it in like... I beat him in like 10 minutes or something the last time I tried, which was really lucky. But the first time I saw it, it was like half an hour.
Wow.
Versus, you know, when I played Skies of Arcadia, we sat down at like 7 o'clock and we're like, yeah, we're gonna beat this game, and then 5 a.m. later, we were just finishing, and it was like, I'm walking back across campus, and I kind of see the sun peeking up over the horizon. I'm like, well, this is no good. Because Marietta wasn't big, but it was still a pain in the ass to walk across campus to my room at 5 in the morning on a Sunday morning.
At least you had the day to recover.
I only slept until like 11 or something. It was weird. At school, I couldn't, especially my senior year, I couldn't sleep past like 10 a.m. No matter when I went to sleep.
I'm trying to remember.
Whoa, is that an elite? Is that Sauron?
What are that was missing no more?
Is that all? No, don't push it. Don't tempt fate. Is that all? Wave your dick in his face and be like, look at you. My dick is bigger than yours. Is that all? Because I'm dark and I'm a Dragoon.
Well, hey, considering we're fighting with swords, even if your dick was bigger, I'd take care of it real quick.
We get my dick and wave it around, but Shayna's not here. I'm really happy from what you told me that he figures it out eventually.
He does, eventually. With much prodding.
Like a cattle prod.
Hey!
Well, like, everybody immediately like, hey, you know she likes you, right? Hey, you know she's not you,
What?
right? Hey,
No.
you know she likes you, right?
Why don't we brand you with this? You're just gonna...
A cattle prod.
You know...
Oh, Resident Evil 5 on.
For a split second, for some reason, I thought that was the mic, and I was like, why the heck are you blowing into the mic?
Oh yeah, I checked my text messages on a microphone.
I don't know what I was thinking.
I don't know what you were thinking either.
I'm just crazy like that.
I know, like,
I'm a little tired because I stayed up absurdly late trying to get the stupid ROM door.
oh, for
And then doing other things.
ROM?
Yeah, or the ISO, whatever it's called. Or Code Veronica.
Oh,
the
that
Guns
didn't work.
Survivor
Even though you told me like 2 days ago that it wasn't gonna happen. Or was it last night?
2. No, I told you last night it wasn't going to happen because I told you the other day that I would try.
Hey,
and I wasn't
11:37.
sure.
Sorry, no Gun Survivor 2, but I can get working anyway.
Yeah. Alright, it's a tangent. So there is another Resident Evil game we technically skipped because it only came out in Japan and Europe. Called it was the sequel to Gun Survivor 2 Code Veronica, but you didn't miss much because it's just a non-canonical retelling of Code Veronica.
Put a light gun game.
But no, it's not even a light gun game. It's just a first-person shooter. But anyway,
Steve survived all the way to the end instead of.
yeah, because it's got co-op play. It was actually an arcade game originally, but they ported it to the PS2. Well, I tried my best to find a good ROM, but the arcade one crashed my computer. Luckily, I was using my old beat-up computer that I use whenever I'm doing something I don't
Dark's
trust.
dead. Or is he
Well, he's paralyzed or stunned or whatever. I either have to wait for him to get hit by that dude, or I could try to heal him, but there's no point wasting an item, because at the end of the battle, I'll have to do it.
I'll be healed.
Whip smack.
There was also they also had the PS2 version, but in order to do that, I had to get the PS2 emulator. In order to get that to work, I had to hack my PS2 so I could dump its BIOS into a file that I could then import into the PS2 emulator, and then I could load in the actual ROM, and I was like, there's no way I'm doing this in the amount of time I have. That, and I don't feel like hacking my PS2.
We should get a drink. Yeah, I agree. Burning Rush, huh?
You're maxed out.
So I can either go Burning Rush for a little bit more SP, or Volcano for the slightly more damage. but
Did
less
you
SP.
did you say you get some sort of overall advantage for maxing them out?
Well, yeah, for maxing out the level like I did with Double Slash, how it's already on like level 5.
Yeah.
If you get to level 5 with all of them, or like the faster you get to level 5, the better they are. I guess I'll just go through Volcano like I normally do. How's Harpoon looking?
But I mean, is there any advantage of saying, oh, I like this one better, so I'm going to ignore all the others and only focus on this one?
I think you have to do all of them at some point. Like, if you get to the end of the game with like just using double slash, I'm pretty sure he would just not really get any other additions besides Volcano that's handed to you at the beginning. Like, I think you actually have to get through. You definitely do for the last edition. You have to have all the other editions maxed.
Okay.
Who's Rod Tech?
That's what I was wondering, was, is there any benefit?
Look at all those additions and all that
Oh,
damage.
I just wanna finish. I only need 9 more on Harpoon before I can just ignore it for the rest of eternity, which I like being able to do. Oh, and Rose only has 1, but
You're a little low.
yeah, health-wise. Well, all of my battles are over for the moment,
I would just.
and
I would
Okay,
just.
well,
Yeah,
I might
now
as well
you can
use
use
some
an
items.
item. Yeah.
Use it. Squeaky. Sun Rhapsody.
It heals magic.
Dramatically pan up comfortably.
Is it safe inside?
Let's find out. The answer is yes.
Oh my god.
And there's lots of items in here, so I am kind of glad I used those now.
I was gonna say the music doesn't sound like yes.
Well, safe in here, yes.
Not necessarily the people are safe.
Safe for me in here, yes. I think everybody died. It's not looting.
No, he gave it to you.
Sure. Well, there's nobody alive to tell differently.
Why is that guy green? Wait, what did it say?
The dragon's breath. It's poisonous. There's no ally or enemy. People die when they are killed.
No!
God, I have a lot of summer activities.
Slash body purifier. And healing potions.
You could just, what's your name, has 4 damage, you could just heal that.
If I'm gonna do that, I might as well do like darker.
Oh, I didn't realize they were, I thought they were fully healed, I'm sorry.
Nope. I healed everybody half.
Shillimer.
I think there's one more item outside. Oh wait, was this one of the places we stopped?
In such a place. Is it always in fireplace?
Not always.
Seems like it's...
But it's a pretty safe place to check if you ever are, like if you're ever wondering.
Oh, good. So the next time I see a fireplace, I'll be sure to check it. Excuse me, can I take the stardust out of your fireplace?
Yeah, you don't even ask. Just do it.
Yeah. What are you doing at my fireplace?
Nothing.
I'm certainly not taking any dust from the stars.
Santa always gets stardust.
My shiny roll.
Isn't that a great sound?
Quick smack!
By the way, perhaps I should mention that I'm a Dragoon before you pick an incredibly one-sided fight with me.
It wouldn't matter.
They'd still think they could take you, probably. You had like one perfect.
Okay, you can take him.
See, like I said, I can't do it perfectly all the time on that. That's the one thing I can't do almost perfectly.
I hate how it's like a one-off, basically.
Well, it's a one-off until I level it, which is why I'm trying to use it a lot right now. Because when you level it, essentially whatever level it is, that's how many turns in a row you can continue to do it. So you can max it out at 5.
Now, do you have to fill up 5 bars? Okay, I thought I remembered that. I'm telling you, we probably had the same conversation like 5 years ago.
Probably.
when I was like, ooh, Legend of the Dragoon, I used to love that game, except for the fact that
You get stuck, and now maybe you can just quit.
I guess it's more accurate that I guess I used to love the demo of the game, and I played the demo so much that when I actually got the game, I was tired of it. I played that demo, must have been like 4 or 5 times in a row.
How long was it?
The demo, I think, was from when you escape the prison to the worm. The worm was the final boss of the demo, which is why I remember it so well.
So vividly.
Because I killed it 5 times.
Finally get another weapon for him. And it does, wow, 15 more damage. Oh yes, raise physical attacking ability. She He has 40. Oh wow, he really needs it.
That's the other thing. I'm getting weapons. I'm playing Trigger, and like I'm getting these items. Like there's a weapon slot, an armor slot, like a helmet slot, and then there's an item slot. These items are like, there's no item that I'm finding that's just good. There's always an item that's like, hey, if you want to be faster, but you lose like 5 points to your damage. I'm like, how about like there's like something called a speed belt that you can put on that makes you fast, like raises your agility, but it takes like 3 points off of your damage. Like no. Like I'll be a meat sponge if I can beat the hell out of people.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like, I don't mind one inherently fast character, but speed in RPGs has never been a priority for me.
Depends on the mechanic. Like, if speed means you get to attack more, then sure.
But usually...
But usually it's just for attack order.
Yeah.
And then once order is established, it's good. But, like, in this game, Shayna can attack 2 times by the time one enemy attacks sometimes. So, depending on the mechanic of speed in games, it's important.
Well, I guess in Trigger it's because there's a bar that fills up, and that's when you can attack. Maybe the speed determines how fast it goes. But I don't really care that much so far. I'm still only like 5 hours in the game. Except it's his left hand. Yeah. He pumps with his left hand and holds the sword with his right.
Because it's hard to pump with a sword.
Well, unless you're Cloud.
Cloud can do unnatural things.
I was going to say he can do Omni Slash.
I was thinking more, it'd be hard to make sure you don't accidentally cut yourself.
Oh, if you're a swordsman, you won't do that.
Which none of us are.
No, but I'm just saying in general. I know you were talking about us.
It's like, oh, I cut my arm off while I was doing the victory pose. Shit.
Well, that's why
Seems
I
like a
mean, you
fail.
see Cloud's like victory thing. He like
Short RPG.
spins the sword and then sheaths it. I'm like, how many of my arms would I cut off before?
Like the world's shortest RPG. I beat the rabbit outside of town!
So we're playing WoW. The rabbit outside of town.
And then the rest of the game, you're like, well, I used to be an adventurer until I cut off my arm. No, I cut off my arm, that's way cooler than an arrow to me. And then, oh, wouldn't that be someone needs to make this like meta RPG where like you're the hero but you get gravely injured, and so like the rest of the game you're just like moral support, like
You're the cheerleader.
yeah. It's probably turned into like a tactical game where you were like telling everybody what to do and you're like behind.
I was gonna say that's kind of what happens in Chrono Trigger.
I mean, now that I think about it, it's what you're doing here. You're saying you attack, then
I mean,
you
I could
attack.
say. I mean, I don't know if anybody cares. I'm not. I mean, unless you want me to play, unless I play Chrono Trigger and then get really good at it, and then basically do what Josh is doing, like play it again and actually
Wiping
know
the
what I'm
floor
doing.
with it,
Yeah.
We could do that.
Get in your place.
One RPG. I think I
One
need
RPG. No, I mean not right after.
one RPG at a time.
One RPG in X amount of months or something.
And I was gonna say I can either go buy a copy of Chrono Cross, or because they have disc copies, or I can. Because I have them both on mine, but
Double
Do you have a
maybe.
digital?
Yeah.
I say you could just log in with your account and download it.
I don't remember my password.
I don't think you can download it to another system, like that.
I thought you could as long as you were signed in.
No, but then it would still be on the system when they signed out. You can duplicate it.
Yeah, you can. There's a license. You can.
There's a number of times.
yeah.
I think it's 5.
3, I think it's 3, and then eventually you can go onto the website and reset, and so it'll like kill all the licenses, and then so the next time you download it, it's one. and then when you hop into the game, you'll get a message saying, "Oh, this game isn't licensed anymore. You're late. Go buy it."
I wonder if I can buy it. I don't know. I like having the digital version for the purposes of streaming and things like that. Part of me always likes having a physical copy of something.
Yeah. I'm trying to detach myself from that and not like buying things I already have access to. Which I was very tempted at the store, like, Super Mario 64 is right there, even though I've got it digitally on Wii.
Yeah, but it's something nice about having a physical
Feeling the disc
copy, feeling the cartridge.
Well, for me, it's more I want to be able to play it on N64. I want the
controller and not the stupid, like, the plastic controller or whatever.
Yeah,
Even though the N64 controller is ass.
I want to
speak for myself, of course, but I don't think anybody thinks the N64 controller is good.
I liked it.
Really?
I don't think there's ever been a controller I haven't liked. Like, I've never played something like, man, this is horrible. There are controllers I think are better. Like, I think the PS4 controller is way better than the Xbox One controller.
Well, the Xbox One controller is just like a heavier version of the 360 controller. The PlayStation controllers have been consistently great to me.
Skull Candy. They make headphones now.
What?
Skull Candy.
Skull Candy.
I think it was casting.
Oh, Skull Casting.
But I think that the PlayStation controllers have been the best consistently. The GameCube controller does that ass. The GameCube controller kind of did that asinine crap that the Super Nintendo kind of did. It's like the GameCube controller is like the N64 and the Super Nintendo controller combined, because it has the little yellow stick, but it also has the weird shaped buttons around, like a center button on the right side, but it has like a little yellow stick, which is like the C buttons, but it also has the regular joystick.